What?
It's not working. It didn't work. It didn't work. Oh no. It's fine. Cut this. We're going to restart again. Everyone be quiet, okay? Everyone be quiet. It's fine. Right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran, and welcome to the very first episode of the Mighty Cunapple Podcast. Good, don't worry, because no one's probably watching this live at the moment, so no one saw that technical difficulty, but yeah, no, we're all here, we're all good. And today I'm actually joined with my friend Mitch.
Hello.
Who, yeah, he's a bit of a retard, but apart from that, he's kind of a cool guy. But let me just tell you what this podcast and all this show thing is all about anyway. Basically, for the past wee while, I've always wanted to do podcasts, I've always wanted to do things, but every time I start up a new podcast idea, if that's the Drunkards, if that's the Muffin Peasants, I never get around to, like, returning to it, because obviously if you have, like, multiple co-hosts and stuff like that, you need them to kind of be there with you all the time, and if you don't have those co-hosts, then you can't necessarily do it by yourself, and so with this show, it's basically going to be me as the primary host, and then I'm going to have guests and co-hosts, not like dependent co-hosts on, kind of like Mitch here. Mitch is the guest at the moment. With the very first
Probably
guest.
never again. After I probably will say something very bad.
Yeah, you're probably going to say something very bad, but it's fine. This is the very first episode. It's all good. I call this episode 0 because there's only 2 of us here. And we're probably going to be talking the biggest load of shit ever. Technically, we already had an episode 0, but we're not going to talk about that.
That will only surface for the top donator on Patreon.
The top donator? No, not even that. No.
No, not it.
It's that horrendous, man. Literally, it was fucking like.
I mean, the content was good.
The content was good. The content was fun, but what we were saying was like, PC culture would not like that one bit. Like, no one bit.
Wouldn't like it.
Not any culture would like that one bit. But hello, yes, welcome to the episode. Right now, if you're if you're listening live, not live, if you're listening on YouTube, or you're listening on SoundCloud, this live stream is actually being. This podcast is being live streamed. That's what I meant. My words have been tripping me over here. Yeah, this podcast is being live, on air, on Twitch, which I don't know if it's going to happen every single time, but it might do, but you know, but basically what this podcast is all going to be about. Every week I'm going to have somewhat different guests on. Maybe you're going to see the returning guest, you're going to see Mitch quite a lot, you're going to see Dan, maybe, possibly, I don't know. Whenever he's like, he actually goes through with something, maybe we'll see him at that point, but yeah, we're going to have my original plan with this podcast, and I kind of wanted to have it as, I wanted the Drunkers to kind of do it, and I was like, oh no, the Drunkers isn't really a good place to do it. Basically, I want to have game devs on for interviews at some point, and I want to have Fallout modders on as guests at some point as well. I have different segments and all that I want to do, but because there's only 2 of us, I can't necessarily do it, because it's like game show type things, so I can't necessarily do it now. If you've watched the Muffin Peasants podcast, I came up with this segment called Rumour Mill, and I kind of want to bring that back as well. And I have another segment called Negative Nancy, which I want to start up, but again, it's not going to happen this episode. That's why this episode is going to be called episode 0. And yeah, I have a ton of segments. I have a ton of segments, but it's just not going to be in this one podcast. And today, I have quite a few cool topics. I learned a lot from the other rough sort of episode that we recorded, and it was not going to be live. I have topics planned out very nicely. By the way, I have a Coke as energy here, so let me just take a sip of that.
The one that you said you didn't like.
I don't
it was like, wait, are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, you can swear.
Oh, this is poor shite, you said. It's exactly what you said. You're like, don't know I bought this.
To be fair, I said that originally, and then I was like, do you know what? Maybe it's quite good, because one day I was sitting down, I was going to record the video, and I was like, I do not have any energy whatsoever. And my sister bought a can of Coca-Cola Energy, and she had it in the fridge for about 5 days, and I went downstairs, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to fucking nick this. And I just downed it, and I was like, this is actually tasting no bad, eh? Yeah. And so I've had 2 cans since then, and it's quite lovely. This podcast is not sponsored by Coca-Cola, just want to say that right now. But yeah, Mitch, how are you doing today? Mitch, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. I'm sore, but I'm doing good.
See, before we get into the topics right now, I do have a couple of questions from Twitter that I did ask for the other day, and we got 2 very lovely questions. Well, technically 3. 2 from one person, and 1 from another. So yeah, TJ Monster, I know he is live, and he is in the Twitch chat right now. He's probably the only person in the Twitch chat right now. Wonderful. And, but yeah, he asked 2 questions that was originally going to be for me, Mitch, and Dan, but Dan isn't here. If you're wondering why Dan isn't here, is because he's a lazy fucking bastard. That's why Dan isn't here. But yeah, let me just get into the question. So, what was the feeling of making it to Twitch affiliate? So that's more directed towards me. And what's your most embarrassing moment in high school / college, which can be applied to both of us, Mitch?
Mm-hmm.
I would just go ahead with the Twitch affiliate. You can just sit back and quiet and learn, man. It's all good.
I'm trying to think what my most embarrassing.
Well, you think of that. I've got mine fucking primed and ready. But making it to Twitch affiliate was fun. By the way, if you're listening to this on YouTube or SoundCloud or something like that, I do Twitch. As I said at the beginning, I said I was live on Twitch. Yeah, I do Twitch. Go check that out. It'll be linked somewhere. Literally type the name Bundicot into something and you'll find my name. You'll find my Twitch account. I do live streams on there quite a lot. But I did reach affiliate a good fucking while ago. I want to say last October or something. And originally it wasn't really a big deal. I'll be honest. It's not really like... it wasn't... I didn't really feel achieved when I did it. I was just something random that sort of popped up. I didn't really know what it was at the time. And then I learned quickly that it was like, hey, you can get people subscribing to you for money, and then all that fucking jazz. And so at that point, I think I'm more, I like it way more now. But back then, I didn't really have the whole subscription thing sorted. I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. I kind of only recently started Twitch at that point, and so when I hit affiliate, it wasn't really anything special. It was okay. It was cool. Like, it's not really a big deal to me, mainly because I primarily do YouTube. And it doesn't appear like I primarily do YouTube, but I do primarily work on YouTube videos and all that all the time. So it didn't really bother me that well. It didn't really affect me that much. I wasn't really like amped and excited about it. I got excited about it when people started actually subscribing and stuff like that. But apart from that, like, yeah, that was the whole Twitch affiliate thing. Nothing really big on my end. Probably, the thing is, people are reacting differently to it constantly. People are probably like super amped about it, and then there's people that are not really super amped about it, which is me. But yeah, that's my sort of thing on it. Mitch isn't really a streamer. He did say he wanted to stream, and he did one stream, and that was probably about it.
Wow, the stream was basically a behind the scenes of what you don't see here.
What you don't see here, yeah, because we were quite outrageous in streams. Basically, when we play Overwatch, we are quite aggressive, and Mitch wanted to show that side of us, and we didn't really get fully aggressive, but...
No, because we actually did alright on stream.
We actually did alright. We weren't matched up with fucking stupid twats, man. But yeah, so what was your most embarrassing moment in high school / college?
What, me first, yeah?
Yeah, you first,
yeah. Well, it's not really embarrassing. It was just basically a dick move by this guy. I had a brand new phone, BlackBerry. You know, that was like the in thing.
Yeah.
And like, it was the best thing, and I'd always show off, be like, "Yeah, I got BlackBerry now." And everyone's like, "Oh my god, I want one too," because like I was one of the first to get it. I was like, "Yeah, look at me." So, me being me, I took it in. I showed everyone my new amazing case. I then put it in my bag. Went to PE. Came back from PE, my phone wasn't in there. Right. Somebody had stolen my phone, but wait, it gets embarrassing.
Okay.
So I decided to start running around shouting, "Someone stole my phone!" It's in all the changing rooms. Like, anyone see my phone?
Oh, right. I know where this is leading.
And I go to the teacher, and I just bawl out crying in high school. Like, in the middle of everyone, I'm just in pure tears. Like, looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, that's funny, because the phone was only like 60 quid. But like now, it's like in front of literally every single girl that I would have liked every girl in high school, because that was just me.
Of course. Classic nerd.
Every lad everyone was looking at me, and I go red when I cry or when everyone looks at me and I get embarrassed. So I was like a big ball of mess. The teacher was trying to comfort me. Plus, all these lads were just laughing at me, and that's like the worst thing.
Well,
I had one
that
in
was
primary school.
damned in primary school.
I know. I had one thing that happened in primary school.
Right, okay. May as well tell that. You already fucking started, right, man?
Well, it wasn't that bad. Like, you know, when you go from like in England, you go reception year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4.
No.
Up to year 6. That's what you do in
England
anyway. So reception was the bottom one, and I went up to year 1. And as I went from year 1, I really needed to have a shit in year 2. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll just go. I ended up going to the reception toilets. Without knowing, I walked into the girls' toilets, dropped me boxers, and sat down. I was like, bloody hell, they got rid of the urinals in here. Sat down, had a shit, and then the girls started coming in, banging on the door, and I'm like, I was in there for 30 minutes waiting for the girls to get out of the toilets. Young me, I don't even know how old age year 2 is, whatever. I was sat there waiting for so long, and my mates come back. I was like, that took you a while, didn't it, Mitch?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I had a bad time.
I just locked the door, sat in there for fucking 2 hours, man.
And I got reminded of that all the way through until year 6.
Yeah. Fucking hell. See, I don't think my most embarrassing moment probably wasn't remembered by everyone, which is probably fantastic for me. Basically,
lucky.
Literally in I think it was 3rd year of school, high school, which was, I don't know what age that is, but there was this guy that came in, brought us all to the library, and he sat us down and talked about money, like money management and shit like that. And the way he wanted to present that money management thing to kids was by doing a game. If you don't know what this game is, it's a popular British, or was a popular British game show called Deal or No Deal. And basically the guy set up this Deal or No Deal sort of thing. And he was looking for volunteers, and nervous old Kieran was like, okay, I need to break out my confidence shell, man. Fuck it, let's do it. Put my hand up. And I was like, yep, I'll do it. And I quickly regretted it because, like what you said there, yeah, there was people that I fancied sitting there, and a bunch of people I didn't like sitting there also. So I was like, okay, so if I do anything embarrassing, that's me fucked. That's me absolutely fucked. But basically, we were sitting there, and I did quite well during the game. You know, you could actually win money, and I was like, all right, okay, this is fucking getting juicy. It's fantastic.
Wait, in school?
Yeah, the guy was like, okay, you can the most you can win is like £15 or something like that, like something like that. And but you know, back to a school kid, that's like, oh, that's a good amount of munchies.
You were rich. You could go into town with 15 quid and still last that the whole day.
That would last me like a week with lunch, man. That's a week's lunch money right there. But,
yes, getting a baguette today.
But like, I got to the last stages, and it came to 2 boxes. And mine, what I didn't know is that my box that I had on me had the £15 in it, and the other box didn't. Basically, it was like a loser's item, so you had to do a popular dance in front of all the kids. It's sort of a consequence sort of thing of like gambling. And so I was like, oh no, this is fucking bad. I can either walk away brilliantly or walk away, or don't walk away and dance in front of everyone. That's fantastic. And so I was like, I am not confident in my, I had no confidence in my own box. I'm going to switch it. And so I switched it, and the guy revealed that my box had the fucking 15 quid, and the box I opened that I switched it for had the fucking, what's the song called?
Macarena.
You know that?
Oh,
it's like the dog. Song. Yeah, and the dog dancing in that. I had to do that dance in front of 25 people, 35 people or something. And I was like, okay, since I'm here, may as well fucking do that. And then some dickheads started to film it, and I was like, oh, fantastic. Like, this will be remembered, but apparently it didn't. But yeah, I found that fucking embarrassing. But like, with me and embarrassing things, I always just switch it off. Whenever something embarrassing is going to happen to me, I'm like, alright, just switch this fucking shit off, and don't pay any attention to it, and just do it. And then that's it. Walk away. Fine. It's all good. But yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened in school. Nothing really else. I kind of take pride in anything embarrassing that happens to me, to be fair. Nothing really much. But moving on to the next question. By the way, thank you, TJ Monster, for supplying those questions over on Twitter. Do thank you so much. I don't know. I'll get better at this fucking podcasting thing later on. I've not done a decent podcast in a wee while. But moving on to the next question by Nicholas. And this is what I was saying about, hey, Dan's meant to be here, but he's not here. How did the three of you guys meet? You know each other since a long time, or was it more recent? So he's asking, like, have we known
fucking years?
Yeah, we've known each other for fucking a long time, man. Mitch, when was the first time you met me?
Well, we all had a friend called Lee. Rest in peace, his soul. He's not dead. We don't know where he is. That's true. He sort of vanished on us all. But I used to play on a server. I met Lee. He was like, "Oh, I've got some friends to join in." Kieran was in there. This was like 2014.
Yeah, that was a wee while ago, wasn't it?
That was age ago. We were still using TeamSpeak.
Oh yeah, TeamSpeak.
And we had a TeamSpeak channel. And it was you,
mate,
you, Michael, Martin, and everyone.
You bought your own fucking. He bought his own TeamSpeak server, and I went in and fucking trashed it. Absolutely trashed it, and then you had to reset the entire server. That just made me.
Yeah, Michael did all that for me. So.
Fantastic. Oh man, but yeah, that was kind of really. I don't really remember meeting Mitch. I'll be fair.
Like it was just kind of. You know when was talking like we'd say a word to each other because we didn't really know each other. There was about 6 people in the chat all the time, and I'd say like, "Oh hi, Kieran," and he'd be like, "All right." We never really play games together, and then it's sort of like
I didn't like you.
Everyone, first. No, you didn't. Everyone hated me because I was just an annoying little prick.
Literally, I was like, "Nah, fuck this guy, man." Honestly, like for everyone in the chat right now, and for everyone listening, Mitch was the most annoying little cunt. Back in 2014.
I still can be.
He still can be, but he's much more better. He's grown up a lot more. But back then, holy fuck, he was annoying. Absolutely. And it's like I had to like. You're also one of those people, right? Like everyone's friend group has that one person who like they never really talk, but they become friends with everyone and go into the group just by the presence of being there. Because he can't really shake them off or anything. They're just there all the fucking time. So that's why we're just like, you know, may as well fucking befriend them, you know? So that's how me and Mitch's friendship, you know, blossomed into something.
Thing, to be fair.
It was a petty thing, definitely. Definitely. You didn't look like you could make friends that easily. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll befriend this kid.
Actually, no! Oh my, I remember the first time I actually spoke to you.
Oh, really?
The first time we were on TeamSpeak and you were pissed.
I was pissed.
Yeah,
as in,
you don't remember this. Yeah.
Oh, was I drunk?
Yeah, you were absolutely pissed out of your mind. I joined to play CS. We played a game of CS, and you come back. You're like, "All right, lads." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, it's Kieran." Okay. And we're like, "Oh, let's go on Skype," and everyone just started turning on the camera. So I turned my camera on.
Oh, that's when I went to sleep in the chair. Yeah,
you pulled your chair and you're like, "I'm so fucking tired, everyone." Oh,
mate, that.
And then you went dead quiet for a bit.
Mate, I think.
And then it was just like.
I don't know what night that was. That was Halloween. That was that was Halloween 2014 or something. It was when it was. It was because that's the first year I went to the second school. Yeah. So that night was interesting. The reason I remember getting drunk on that night because I went to a Halloween party dressed up as a penis. That was that night.
That was that.
That was that night. Yeah. I was like, oh fuck yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that's why I was so like gone because I went to 2 different parties that night, both dressed up as a penis. One in one town, then I took a train home, and then I got contacted by like a guy that was in the new school. He was like, "Oh, come to this party and you can meet people," and I was like, "Oh fuck it, yeah." And so I went there. These stories are the best, yeah. Literally, this story isn't really that eventful. One thing happens there. Oh yeah. I don't know. Should I tell this in the podcast? I don't. Actually, no. I've told worse in the podcast. But yeah, basically met up with a girl, and she did stuff to me while I was in the penis suit. That was fun. That was interesting.
You've never told me that.
I've never told you.
You've never told me.
Yeah. I was very drunk. Very drunk.
Yeah, I could tell because when you came back, you, as you said, you went dead quiet for a bit. And then you just turn around and go, oh.
What a
You were like dead still. I was like, you're dead. And then you literally walk off the camera, turn around, you come back with your quilt. You lie on your chair, you put your legs up, you come around, goes, I'm just gonna go sleep in the chair. And then you started like shouting at people in the chat, like you started to like Dan, I think it was, or something.
So just shouting at people.
Like, I don't think you were shouting, but you were pointing at the screen or something. You said something, and you just went back to sleep.
Was that?
And then that was literally it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fuck. I can remember that because I remember someone showing me a screenshot of it, and that's when I seen you for the first time because you had your hoodie up and everything, and you were barely showing your fucking face. By the way, it took me years to actually properly see Mitch's face. Fucking hell.
I think it was two or 3 years.
Yeah, was it a fucking event that evening? My God. But yeah. That was
Kieran always thought I was a fat, ginger person.
I don't think I could have been more
thought it. Opposite of that.
Oh, Mitch, I forgot to tell you, my sister thought the exact same thing. When literally when she was listening to the live stream, by the way, yeah, we were live streaming for just the podcast listeners. We were live streaming the other night. I was playing a Mario Smash Football, and then we just started talking about weird fucking stories that happened to us, sexual stories, and Mitch started talking about like his Tinder experience and shit like that, and then he started talking about weird things. And my sister was watching that live stream. She was watching in the living room, listening to it with her husband. And the next day, I was talking to her, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, Mitch, he just kind of seemed like from his voice and all that, he just seemed like a little loner fat boy." And I'm like, exactly my thoughts as well, but apparently not. He has fucking 50 matches on Tinder, so with people messaging him, I don't think he's a small fat boy. No. Oh man, that was fucking funny, man.
No, you were so disappointed. Like
I was insanely disappointed because then I was like, "Oh, this man is just a standard white boy. Fantastic." I was hoping for something so much worse. Like I wanted like a complete mess to appear on the screen, where like literally
fat greaseball,
like big greaseball, ginger, like triple fourple trins and shit. Literally, your face taking up the entire screen and shit like that, man. That's what I was expecting. That's what I was hoping for because like back then it's just like how you're annoying, that where I was like, okay, this kid was the one that got bullied in school. This kid adapted, like the way the thing, like people were bullying him, then his way of adapting is just be annoying to people. And I was like, okay, I've got this guy fucking down. Apparently I didn't have the guy down at all. No. I was like, oh, okay, it's just not him. But yeah, let's move on to a couple of topics then. That was all the questions, but thank you, Nicholas and TJ, for the questions. He did have a question in chat. He did have the question. Oh, he did have the question in chat. By the way, yeah, we're going to be answering a few questions in chat. We're not going to be paying too much attention to it. But yeah, TJ asked another question. What is the worst game you have ever played?
I think the worst game I ever played was when I played with you and we tried recording Resident Evil 5.
Oh, that's a fun decision, man. Yeah, me and Mitch recorded a Resident Evil 5 video, which I still have uploaded to the channel, but it's unlisted. And yeah, it went poorly because Mitch is afraid of horror games and he thinks everything is fucking scary. So
I was like, yeah, if I gotta download it, it's like £1 or something. Fuck, I recorded it and we both like edited it at the same style.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Very racist way. Or not racist.
Yeah. No, not racist. That's just completely taken out of context. No, it wasn't racist.
No, not racist. It's like how would you put it? Like it was basically about terrorists. Not good. That's all I think
yours is more about terrorists than mine. I don't remember. I don't remember.
We walked in the room and the guy sort of like.
Oh, right. Yeah, we both had the same reaction. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Anyway.
Yeah, but my worst. Well, sorry.
That happened. I uploaded it, and it was honestly the worst hour of my life. I hated the game every second of it.
I wanted to try and get another video with that on. That was so. It was so funny. My worst game ever played was something called Crying Is Not Enough, which you probably heard me talk about. I know people listening and people watching might have heard me talk about it. It's literally the shitty fucking survival horror game.
Did you get sponsored or something to play that?
No, the guy sent me a code for it, and I played it, and I was like, I'll be optimistic. How about that? I'll be optimistic. I'll be friendly. I won't be like completely negative right off the bat. And then a couple of hours in the game, I was like, this makes me want to fucking kill myself, honestly. Sitting there playing it, I was like, this is the most boring piece of fucking shit. Like, serious, I've never been so bored playing something. Oh, man. But they're probably listening right now and be like, oh, I hope you get onto the Cunapple Show. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Most likely not.
It's got 6/10 on Steam.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe
it's got mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews. That's good shit.
All of the ones at the top are red.
Alright, let's move on to a couple of topics here. I've got a couple. I've got one serious one, and I've got two very funny ones that lead into each other. The first one I want to talk about, right, is the return of Minecraft. Now, me and Mitch, we were I was a Minecraft YouTuber back in the day. Back in the good old day, I was called Munch the Bundicot, which was a fucking stupid name.
That's a sick name.
Mitch was one of those YouTubers who he didn't record his own audio because he had that anxiety about his own voice.
Social anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety.
I don't like talking to big crowds of people.
You're not talking. You were literally talking to your mate, but all you could hear is your mate, and then this loud fucking shitty remix music while you're playing Hunger Games, man. And you had more subscribers than me, and I'm like,
I got a few decent views as well.
I was fucking surprised.
Oh my god, I've got a story about a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah?
Oh.
You're gonna tell?
Nah.
No.
I think I told you. I used to have a YouTube channel that I opened football cards.
Yeah. I tried to find that for a straight 2 days. I could not find it anywhere.
I had a football card channel. So you got there's these things in England called match attacks. You'd open up, you get cards with football players on. And I found that people really liked watching it on YouTube. And I was like, oh, this is cool. I'll open it. And then I thought I'll go down the shop, picks up 2 packs of cards. Happened to be a Tuesday. I created a thing called 2-Pack Tuesday.
2-Pack Tuesday.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I opened it. I ended up getting 800 subscribers. I was the second biggest channel on YouTube at the time. The biggest had 4,000. The next biggest had 200. So I was doing all right. Yeah. I think I had a bunch of exclusives on my channel as well, and I ended up with 26,000 views or something.
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's crazy.
In a few weeks, and I think my headphones have just gone off.
Well, since that's happening, but yeah, the return of Minecraft and all that. I seen it pop up again and again and again, and I see all these YouTubers and all that going back and playing it. And see, when was it? I think it was 2015, 2016 when I started having the thoughts. I was like, I want this game to fucking die, and I want it to stay dead, because the thing is with fucking trends, man, literally it's the same with Fortnite, where it's like you can click on a channel and all you see is these fucking pointy arrow things. It's some cunt jumping in one of those trampolines.
Red circles.
Yeah, like that sort of shit. And literally that clogs up everything. And I was so sick of seeing, and the thing is Fortnite and Minecraft aren't bad games, they're quite good. But I think the community always ruins it just by milking it to fucking death. And that's why I was so sick of Minecraft back in the day, because everyone did it and everyone milked that thing dry. Literally, there was nothing left. It was puffing smoke at the end, man. And literally, it's like when you just get with someone, man, and you just go at it for a solid 3 days. It's like that. But what? We're gonna say something? No. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. Don't fucking lie. Don't lie. You all know that. But yeah,
I've never gone at it for 3 days.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But yeah, so basically a few months ago, me and Mitch and Dan and whoever else, I think it was Lee and Carl, we all got very nostalgic way before all these cool kids started doing their fucking YouTube videos and all that, and started doing their Minecraft Mondays and shit like that. we got very nostalgic for it, and we opened a Minecraft Realm server. And it went horribly wrong because Mitch cheated and ruined the entire thing.
Which you only found out now.
Which I only found out, but I highly suspected it. But yeah, we had so much fun on that server, but like it was one of those things where it was like it was only gonna last a few, maybe a week, possibly. Like I think it was gonna be that literally a week, and I know because we all just slowly started to stop playing it. You were the only one that was like addicted to it and just building random fucking shit.
Because I had unlimited materials. Because every time you guys went off, I went into creative.
Yeah, of course. Fucking it. I was like, oh, all these nether quartz? Strange. How did you manage to get all of these? How interesting. You're building a coliseum? What's happening here? Okay. But yeah, literally, and that's what I thought all this Minecraft return thing is going to be like. I thought it was going to be like everyone getting nostalgic for a week and then go back to Fortnite or something. Nah, this Minecraft is sticking around, man. Right? Like it's been like this for the past month or something. People have been playing Minecraft for, which I just I find very interesting and I find kind of weird as well. I do like Minecraft, but like I still don't want my YouTube feed to be clogged up with fucking Minecraft videos. I think it would just ruin it again, and I just don't really want that happening because Minecraft's a good game. So. And yeah, Mitch.
It's a chill game.
It is a very chill game.
Nice and chill. Yeah.
But Mitch, I wanted to talk to you about something specific in Minecraft, which is Pixelmon and your addiction with Pixelmon. So tell us a wee bit about that.
So Pixelmon is like, it's Minecraft. It's a mod for Minecraft, and it's literally just Pokemon in Minecraft. So you go around, you can build, you can do your gyms, you can do player battles, and you can play and train your Pokemon. You have to level them, moves, everything. It's like normal Pokemon, just the background to it is Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally that.
But you got addicted to it, didn't you? For a few months.
I'm still playing it.
Oh, you're still playing
it? I'm still playing it, yeah. When I'm bored, I just hop on it.
Oh, man.
Like, again,
literally.
I play a game, and if I can find a loophole in the game, I will. I found a loophole as soon as I joined, first day.
Yeah.
And earned tons of money, became the richest on the server in hours.
See,
and then...
the thing is, with everyone listening and everyone watching right now, Mitch is extremely fucking lucky. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, absolutely ridiculous. We can get into the whole CSGO betting thing at the moment, if you want. Literally. So, Mitch doing all that sort of shit is normal. Sorry about that. But it is. It's so fucking normal, and it pisses me off so much because like I joined the Pixelmon server and he gave me a bunch of money and I squandered that money fucking instantly. And he's still fucking raking in the millions and all that from all of his fucking legendary Pokemon that he just, you know, he got illegally, technically, because he found the fucking loophole. But yeah, it was even like it's like that, and then Mitch. Actually, do you know what? I'm very curious, Mitch. How did you get on with the GTA gambling thing?
I haven't actually played it since I downloaded it. I played it once.
You only played it once?
Went on. Because obviously I hacked the money in. What was it? I bought the penthouse so I could max out my casino balance. I think I'm at 500,000 chips or something at the moment.
See, I find that fucking bullshit. That's a fine fucking example of his luck, because when I played GT Online Casino, and Dan played GT Online Casino, fucking rip him, he's not making it to this podcast right now, literally, I lost all of my money on GTA. Not all my money, in-game money, as in I've never contributed real-life money into GTA Online, just want to say that right now, but I lost all of my in-game money on a GTA Casino. As in, I just kept going big and I kept winning nothing. I was like, do you know what? I need to win eventually. And I never really won eventually.
I was the other way around.
And then Mitch was the other way around. And then another example of that is fucking CSGO betting, which Mitch did a lot of before it was like fucking, you know, frowned upon to do CSGO betting.
Before it stopped.
Oh yeah?
Actually, yeah, I stopped it before it got stopped.
Yeah.
Because I was spending too much money on it, and I knew I was spending too much
Mate,
money
you were
on it.
spending
So
hundreds of pounds, literally hundreds of pounds
I
on.
honestly think, overall, after how much I've won and everything, I'm down at least a few thousand.
Yeah, definitely. Because there was
Easily.
nights where it's like I came home from work, and then Mitch was on CS:GO Ben. He was like, "Oh, Kieran, hop on the fucking server, and I'll give you like $1 or something, or I'll give you $10." I'm like, "All right, okay." And then he shows me all these fucking gifs of him on like what was it called, like the one of the wheel things,
Oh, a jackpot.
the jackpot wheels, and he had like 0.2% to win, and then he gets it like 3 fucking times, and I'm like, seriously, because when I do that, I lose all my money. There was literally days where I'm like, oh, I wonder if I'll have Mitch luck, so I buy my own skins just to put it into the website, and then I lose it almost instantly, and I'm like, fucking hell, that's not good. Not good at all, and that's why I don't really gamble that much anymore, because I'm fucking sick of it.
Why don't we talk about the time that you did do a load of gambling and you won $400?
I won $400. What happened to
And
those
then
$400? and then lost.
So I gave him $5 to start, and he was like, "Okay." He coin flipped the whole 5, won the 5. He's like, "Okay, I'll do 10." He literally went all in every time until he got up to $400. And he was like,
I was like,
there was a one that come up. It literally was perfect. A bet come up for 400. I was like, "Kieran, no balls, do it." And he was like, "Hey, fuck it." I started at 5.
no balls.
He just goes straight in, whacks all of it on. I was like, oh.
Literally, I think that was the most disappointed I've ever been with fucking gambling, man. I was like, oh no, I'm in a fucking roll. Tonight's my night. I'm winning £800. that's what's happening. And it just didn't happen. Nope. Disappointed. The system's rigged. That's what it was. Very rigged.
It's always rigged. You never win on gambling.
Never fucking. Especially GTA gambling. I've noticed GTA gambling's like fucking terrible. You are just extremely lucky with the system, like extremely lucky. I got fucked over in GTA gambling so much, like absolutely. Oh man, that's why I don't think I'll ever fucking go back and play it. Dan, I convinced Dan to like re-download the game, and I think I convinced you to re-download the game as well. Did I?
Yes.
Yeah.
It took me about a week.
And I just haven't played with you in GTA yet. Oh man.
Yeah.
Mate, have you actually properly played the online in GTA yet? Like just actual drive around? Fucking mate, the game's mental. I was driving around and like there was hackers and all that just spawning things in. There was these guys and like these flying like bikes with missile launchers and shit like that, randomly just killing everyone. Literally that in every fucking session. And then there was a hacker at one point that put me inside a cage. That was always fun.
Yeah. Oh, you might hear my granddad shout now. So yes, featuring Mitch's granddad.
I was wondering why you were going quiet there. I was like, oh shit. Well, okay.
Like,
Since
I just hear him come to the top of the stairs. He's shouting down. It's like,
oh man, fucking hell. But yeah, actually, Mitch, I've got a few topics here, and one I do really want to talk about in this episode. But do you have anything you want to talk about? I never actually asked him this, by the way. So, is there anything you specifically want to talk about?
Not really. I mean, the podcast we did do, we spoke about my experiences.
Your Tinder experiences.
The whole Tinder situation.
Yeah, but that was like clouded with racism and random comments and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I can make the comments again, just make them nice.
Well, you know, tell us a wee bit about your Tinder game. What's been happening? You've been messaging this one person.
Well, yeah, we get into that.
Well, by the way, all right, I just want to set this up for everyone listening and who hasn't watched the live streams or anything like that with us doing it. Me and Mitch, well, basically, I re-downloaded Tinder like 2-3 weeks ago, and I instantly uninstalled it. But like,
actually, it was last Thursday.
No. Oh yeah, technically, yeah.
No, it's actually 2 weeks tomorrow that I downloaded it.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I got bored, downloaded it. By the way, I never fucking do things like that. I hate them with a passion, but I did it anyway because I was bored. And the second person was a Twitch streamer, and I was like, all right, okay, fucking swipe right on that.
Super light, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did super light, yeah. And I never get super light back. And I was like, fuck. And the funny thing is, I actually found her live stream. Because she had her like name and shit like that in her bio, and I'm like, all right, okay, I'll see if she's live right now. And she was live right now, and I sent the super link, and she paid no fucking mind to it whatsoever. I'm like, all right then, cool shit, cool beans. And but yeah, after that I uninstalled it because I was like, nah, this is a bit bull. man. And I what was it? I told this story on a live stream the day after, and I said to Mitch, "Oh, you should download Tinder for the live stream and see and tell us your experience and stuff like that while we're live." And what I didn't know was how, if you want to call it successful, Mitch was going to be at it, and how addicted he was going to be at it. And yeah, tell us a wee bit about that, Mitch.
Well, I got the app, and straight away, like, as in, I was on it for 2 minutes. I was swiping, just going for a thing, and I was like, "Hang on, why does it say 3 at the top?" He's like, "Where? 3 at the top?" I was like, "That's who you like, chat." I'm like, "Who's these people? I need to see them." He's like, "You have to buy premium." I was like, "Oh, I ain't fucking doing that." So I was on it for about 20, 25 minutes, talking on stream, and I was like, "No, Kieran, no." He's like, "What?" I went, "I've run out of likes. I can't do this." He's like, just get premium, do it." I was like,
do the most.
Why not? So within the first half an hour of having Tinder, I had premium.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on it. I didn't have the premium, which was the more expensive one, where I could see who liked me.
Yeah.
I just had unlimited swipes. So I spent like a good hour that night going through it. I matched like with my first and second person on stream, and then I left it overnight. Woke up and I had 5 matches more.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened throughout that day. I was on it like when I was on the toilet or so.
Yeah.
Went to bed. Woke up. I had 7 matches and 2 messages from people. I was like,
see, that's when I started getting salty, because I was like, never in my life have I ever been messaged in sort of that way, in sort of the girl asking me. I'm like, okay, all right. Must be an English thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So one of them, I decided to look at the photo, and until I read the description. So one was a nice girl, which I still sometimes speak to today. Like I haven't spoke to her in actually I spoke to her like over a week now, so don't speak to her anymore. I spoke to her a bit. The other girl though was a girl called Lulu, and sorry, I can't say girl because that's the part. She didn't identify as a female. It said in her description. Not that I've got anything against it. I just, wasn't for me.
Oh, did she have the fucking she/her thing?
No.
I don't know what that means.
I was born biologically a female, but I do not identify as one. I don't know what I am. Please don't bully me. Is exactly what it said. So she messaged up, "Oh hey," and then I didn't reply after she said, "Oh, how are you?" And then she unmatched me a week later. So
right. I think that's probably why she unmatched you, because you just didn't fucking respond. God.
Yeah.
See, I've always been.
I've had a few that have messaged me, and they're just dead conversations. I'm just like, nah, I'm just not gonna reply, and then they've unmatched. I'm like, thank God for that.
See, I've always been curious about that, where it's like people who identify, "Oh, we're gonna get in a fucking funny topic, or not funny topic, very touchy topic." But
I'll say the wrong thing.
But no, all I was gonna say was like, I'm very curious about that sort of thing, because like the girl, obviously in her case, where she was on Tinder, she put that she wasn't quite sure what she was, which means that was she wanting to be a transgender person, as like trans over to a guy, or? But like,
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Right,
I didn't get a chance to.
She'd be asking questions. But no, she said she wasn't quite sure what she was, but like, which is fair enough. But what I'm curious about is like, who goes on Tinder and then trans over to a guy. But hang on, I'm just trying to figure out how to like word this. So technically, she's straight, right? When she's the girl, and then liking you on Tinder, and then she trans over to a guy. Wouldn't that make her gay if she's a guy?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just kind of curious on how that works, because like in Tinder, because on Tinder that means that you would have to register or like do the whole go over to like the gay thing.
What I might say might be controversial, but I just think it's all like, not all. I say sorry. No.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch what I say. I just think it's all, when it gets into like the whole looking into detail thing. I think it all just fucked up. Like,
well, the whole identifying and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
When it gets into the whole, I don't actually identify as any. Well, I know it is, but there is male and female. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just like, the thing is, I get so confused with the whole like I think it's kind of, and it's more annoying more recently because like if you're ignorant of some things or those sort of like labels and all this sort of like descriptions of stuff, you're sort of like disowned in a way on the internet or like in general from like certain people is like, oh yeah, if you don't know what fucking cisgender means or something. I know cisgender means that you're what's cisgender again? Like stuff. It's basically stuff like that, you know. And people keep saying all that sort of words. But yeah, I think we should probably like move away from this topic. I'm definitely not well educated enough to go back into this. Definitely not educated enough, and especially for the first episode of the podcast, I don't want to sit here and just talk so much fucking shit and not understand a single thing of it. In my college actually, they do try and educate us and that sort of thing, because like in our cafeterias, there's always like all these different like months for, you know, the certain what do you want to call it, classifications maybe possibly of these different types of categories, yeah, of these different type of genders and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, like, I think people get way too over exaggerated on some things, as in like they say there's like 76 genders and shit like that. I'm like, that doesn't sound possible. Like, that's the thing. It's like they say, oh yeah, there's two, as in biological fucking. Oh no, that's no. Oh fuck, what is it? Sexual orient? No. So see, this is the thing. This is all the like the fucking wordplay and all that people keep mixing up. So it's like gender is not like about male or female anymore. It's about what you identify as personally. And then there's another word for male and female, which I can't remember what it is. It's not. Is it sexuality? Because I think I can't remember if sexuality is if you're straight or gay, or bi or anything. I can't remember if it's that. But like,
anyone who turns around and goes, "Oh, I'm non-binary" or something like this, or like
I don't know what that fucking means.
I reckon anybody who chooses that are just like overprivileged people, and they've just grown up in like a really bad state. Like they've probably got daddy issues or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
so
you look at me and Dan didn't turn out non-binary or something.
So
me and Dan didn't shave our head and go to rave gigs and stuff and saying, "I'm vegan, don't touch me."
Oh my god. No, actually, no. A good question that I was going to ask there is that why do people put she, her? Well, she/her in bios, and then
because
he/him.
What does that mean? It was a he/him. That's the only reason they put it.
But why would? I'm so confused.
Basically,
if
it looks like a man, if it looks like a man but identifies as a woman, you'll put her/she/her because you want to be known as a female. Because you'll have people turn up to you and be like, if you say Kieran, you identified as a girl, and you'd be like, oh, she, her in your bio. You're like, oh my god, you look like a boy. And you'd be like, no, did you not see I identify as female, so she, her.
Right, okay. That's...
Yes.
So, the world is so confusing nowadays.
Yes.
So confusing.
They're just overcomplicating things.
It's very, yeah, I think like nowadays, with like PC culture and stuff like that, and all this sort of stuff, the world is getting insanely overcomplicated. Life is quite simple. Life is insanely simple. And people want to overcomplicate it for a number of reasons. I don't care. But to be fair, in my opinion, or in my mindset, I really don't give a fuck if what you identify as long as you're a cool person and you're not a dick. Or, never mind, you can't say that. As long as you're not a cunt. Oh wait, you can't say that either. As long as you're not a very nice person. Or no, as long as you are a nice person. Then you're sound with me. But like, yeah. Oh yeah, moving on to the next topic. I was not fucking expecting that turn. I was not expecting us to go down that route when it came to Tinder and shit like that. But yeah, actually, fucking when just going back to the one final thing about that sort of thing is when I did re-download Tinder, I got a match from all the way back in the first year of college when I first downloaded it. I've only used it twice, technically 3 times. And when I re-downloaded it the second time, I got a message from a trans woman. And so I was like, and this is the thing that I was saying to Mitch earlier, where I was like, oh, that's quite funny. Well, this might not come across as a funny joke, but like I found it fucking hilarious. But it was like, right, okay, so like this person who was a male trans over to a female messaged me first, because usually it's the man that messages first. You get me?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I found that funny. I was like, oh, right, okay. So I got dead excited. I was like, oh, this is so strange. Like, no one ever messages me first. And I was like, oh, right, okay, cool.
I've never messaged first.
Yeah, of course, because you're fucking you. You're just, you're a lucky piece of shit.
Yeah. Like, I looked at it at the moment. I've got 60 matches because I unmatched with a few people that tried speaking to me and were just dead weird.
Right, okay.
So I got 60.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only speaking to one out of all of them who popped up to me. She's actually really nice. Like, I'm still speaking to her now through the podcast. So
oh, that's why he's going quiet, because he's chatting up someone. Go on, live on podcast, no balls. Tell me what the conversation consists of. Tell me.
It was about how I was saying I went to the gym, and she was just saying how she plays sports.
Oh, she. I was fully expecting it go somewhere completely different when I heard the word play. I was like, yes, I bet she's playing with something, isn't she? But yeah, let's move on to let's move on to another topic. So, basically, what happened to me not a long time ago, about a couple of weeks ago, some point in July. There was which is funny because we're live on Twitch at the moment. There was this girl on Twitch who decided to yeet a cat over her shoulder, and then I found out that she, gave her cat vodka, and then I realized, and then there was more things that came out and stuff like that, and then she didn't get banned for it, and I got insanely uncomfortable for using Twitch because of how the Twitch moderator team is like not banning them, but not banning her, but they're banning like other people that do similar acts to her or showing her video and stuff like that. And by the way, if you want to see that video, you can fucking just Google it. You'll find it straight away. But at this moment, she's still not banned. But back then, I took a good 3, 4, 5 days, and I was just like, I have no idea what to do here, because I was like, I feel personally very uncomfortable using Twitch because of how they are treating people and how they are treating their, like, just how the mod team is, fucking favoritizing one streamer over another instead of just applying the same rules to everyone. And I got insanely uncomfortable with that. I was like, no, I can't have this, especially because it's centering around animal abuse, and I don't care if it's a cat, I don't like cats, but I wouldn't abuse a cat. That's just not happening. I wouldn't abuse any animal because I grew up with pets and stuff like that, so I would never fucking dream of like hurting any of my pets. So I felt very uncomfortable with that, and I felt very uncomfortable that the streaming platform was supporting that sort of person, and so I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck did I do? And so I went to YouTube, and then YouTube was fun. YouTube was fucking great because, like, it was all because my follower base, if you want to call it that, was much bigger on YouTube than it is on Twitch. So, like, when I went over to YouTube, there's people that didn't know I had a Twitch and stuff like that, and so when I started live streaming on YouTube, more, like, new faces showing up, and I got to chat to them and all that, and it was always fun. But, like, it was, I don't know, I felt so fucking awkward because I had to make that decision of whether I was going to stay on YouTube or move to another platform or stay on Twitch, because it was like my last stream before I made that before all this sort of shit fucking happened. I got like 3 new subscribers in one night, as in like, and so if you know what subscribers in Twitch, and if anyone who doesn't know, basically, subscribers on Twitch is a paid subscription, so you're like directly supporting the streamer. It's kind of like Patreon in a way, but you get access to emotes and stuff like that, and so I think a subscriber-only chat or something. And basically, you're paying to support directly to that streamer. And I felt so uncomfortable because I was like, oh shit, I just gained these 3 new subscribers, and by the way, I'm on 11 subscribers at the moment, so I fucking thank everyone who's watching, who has supported me over on Twitch or supports me in Patreon and stuff like that. I do really fucking appreciate that. That's so awesome. But yeah, that's what made me insanely uncomfortable, because I was like, or that's the reason I went back, is because I was like, okay, so I need to go back, because there's people there that only watch Twitch and only support me on Twitch, and I can't really leave them behind. But on the other hand, I'm very uncomfortable with the whole shebang happening there. And I should have probably talked to like a load of people about it, but I didn't really talk to anyone about it. I just kind of like had it fester in my mind to do stuff about it. But I don't know if you know about that, Mitch.
The whole Alinity thing. Yeah.
What would you I'm curious. What would you have done in that scenario?
Banda.
No, not just banner, but like imagine you were in my place where you were like, okay, you had people who subscribed to you on Twitch, but you were insanely uncomfortable using Twitch at that certain point. So
if I was uncomfortable, I wouldn't have used it.
Yeah,
like that's just it. I just wouldn't have been on it. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
but I reckon that's partly the way for why Ninja left. Like he probably obviously had this Mixer contract in the pipeline, as in like he's been offered it, but he was like, nah, I like Twitch too much.
Yeah.
Twitch, all this stuff then happened to Twitch, and he was like, I get like I can leave my contract any time in Twitch. He probably terminated it himself, or it just happened that it ran out now, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to sign for you because I don't agree with what's happening. He won't come out and say that because he'll probably get sued by Twitch.
Yeah,
something.
True. Insanely true.
It must have been, like I say, it must have been a massive paycheck that he got for joining that site.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's like the thing is, Ninja's doing well on Mixer now. He has fucking 1,000. No, not 1,000. He has 1 million subscribers on Mixer.
Yeah, because everyone let him sub to him for free.
Yeah, which fair enough. That's cool. Like that's a way to encourage people over to the platform and stuff like that. But like, even now, I see more people going over to Mixer because of Ninja and all that.
Like he's offline, and there's people still in his chat.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, isn't it? Absolutely nuts. There's not many channels that happens to, but like I found it funny because I seen everyone in my Twitter who follow me. There's a certain person who follows me, and when I made a decision, or when I was trying to like decide, I was like, do you know what? I'm going to stream over on YouTube, and then I seen them say, oh yeah, I'm going to be streaming YouTube exclusively. And then when I came out and said, okay, do you know what? I'm going to be streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, they came out and said, do you know what? I had time to think about it, and I'm going to Twitch. And I'm like, it's been 2 hours since that tweet. So you changed your mind. You changed your mind because of my tweet. Don't fucking lie. Do not lie. I knew it. I can sense it. Oh, but yeah. But yeah, rounding, I think it's been like a good hour. We've been talking in this podcast for a good hour, and we have. We're fucking talking for a good hour, and
waffling on.
I think this podcast went so much more better than the previous one we recorded. Definitely, yeah, I would say so. We had 46 minutes recorded in that one, and it was the most nonsensical fucking shit. And like every time I was like, okay, let's talk about this topic, and no one was responding. So I was just like, okay, because so much horrendous shit was happening. Everyone was just like, no idea.
There was one. Basically, here came out with something. Not going to repeat it. Me and Dan were just sort of sat there because we ended up getting Dan in. We tricked him in.
We tricked Dan in. Yeah.
And then it was like, Kim was like, well, let's talk about this, and me and Dan were just like, You you just said that on the podcast. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically,
at that point we knew.
I won't repeat it. I won't repeat it, but I'll tell the story. So basically, there's a streamer. Well, I'll count it as my friend. Oh, Dan's here. Look, Dan's in the chat. Fantastic. But yeah. So basically, I have a friend, B3S Games, who streams over on Twitch. I do host him from time to time. Ginger Ninja, also known as the Ginger Ninja, and he would not appreciate that very much. But basically, there was a period of time over I think it was 2 days in a row. He went on to Dan's, aka Lemon's, private Discord server, and he sat in the actual public, or public, anyone can join the channel, and he sat there and he was live streaming. And Mitch, we're in a private call. We were playing Overwatch or something like that, and then we were like, "Oh, let's try and get Dan in." And I seen that Dan, Adam, and then Lee were all in the private Discord channel, and I was like, "Oh, he's live streaming." And so Mitch got the idea. I think it was Mitch that got the idea to blast horrendous things down the microphone. Horrendous things that I cannot repeat. And trying to
nope.
beep.
But praise Jesus.
Oh, you can't even say that anymore, man. Can't say that.
I mean, praise non-binary Jeebus.
Non-binary Jesus.
He's also vegan.
Yeah, he's also vegan. But also, like in the live stream, we were just trying to. Like, every time we started, we literally joined and then left the channel like over and over again. Mitch started playing a specific terrorist song, let's say, and I played a very famous song that was played back in school, which I won't repeat, which is kind of classed as racist, but technically not racist. Basically, it had words that we cannot repeat. That's just it. And we were blasting that down the fucking mic, and Adam had to quickly like tab out the game and mute and like all of his fucking audio. And then Dan got in on the action as well because he started playing horrendous shit down the microphone.
Dan was all depressed in this call, basically. He was bored without being Kieran. He don't like to admit it. And we joined and he was just bursting out into tears. Yeah. Brilliant.
Dan's life is just an average little life without us, man. The second, we're like his spice, you know? It's like having bolognese and then we're just like the fucking paprika, man. That's what we are. Like that's
Dan's normal life is just the bolognese, but then you get like the cheese on top with just like the extra bit to add the bit of
flavor. It's like Dan's life is just like the base of a pizza, and then we're like the pepperoni and the cheese and shit like that, man. Oh, that is all the good bits that you all the good bits that you look forward to, that you enjoy.
You don't look forward to the base. You don't look
at the base, but the cheese, man. The pepperoni, the chicken.
Dan, we are the big cheese for you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what basically happened that night. I think that's so fucking funny. I've never laughed so much in my life, man. Oh.
It's like you didn't even go to a private call until the second time we did it. It's in like the second session.
Yeah, the second session. So it's like they were staying in that fucking Discord channel and allowing us to play shit down the microphone. And it was only until the second day when they did the exact same thing that they got the idea, hey, let's go into a private call and not be interrupted by racist songs or outrageous things. We're basically trying to get banned on Twitch, essentially. Never make the mistake of going into a public Discord channel when you're live. Never do it. Because you could be met with a outrageous Mitch and Kieran just randomly hopping in and playing.
See, you started off with you hating me, and now we're just sort of like the.
And now we're like never just the buddies, man. What was it? The traveling companions of the world? I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. But yeah. Do you know what? Wrapping up the podcast, because it's been a good hour. It's been an hour and 5 minutes. This has been longer than I expected, to be fair. I thought it was going to be like a 40-minute sort of thing. So if anyone live on air right now have any sort of questions they want to ask me, Mitch, then go ahead. Feel free. Again, this will be uploaded onto YouTube, as you know, the YouTube listeners right now will know. You can check this, and if, by the way, over on YouTube, I'll repeat this again. If you want to watch these episodes live, I don't know if every episode is going to be live. I don't know if every episode is going to be live. But you can go over and check that out over at twitch.tv/Bundicot. I'll repeat that again. That's twitch.tv/Bundicot. And if you want a chance to be on this podcast, you can go over to patreon.com/Bundicot as well. Because actually, what I noticed, and I said to my sister yesterday, Mitch, is that when I was setting up a Patreon, I think it was $5 or $10 or up. It said chance to be on Bundicot podcast, and I've had that Patreon for like 8 months, and so that's like never been applied or anything. So like I'll actually have that applied now. So like anyone who is on the Patreon right now have a chance to come on to the podcast, but I don't know when episodes are going to be. I think I'm going to have like that. I'll start doing that sort of thing when the podcast is more established and when I have like more concrete sort of things where I have the segments implemented, because I don't have the segments and the minigames and all that I want to do this episode, because again it's only me and Mitch. Dan was meant to be here, But yeah,
Dan has social anxiety.
Dan has social anxiety. You cannot speak in front of people. Even though he's like, hey, literally, the thing is, listeners, Danica Lemon, also known as Lemon, over on Twitch, he always promises to stream. There's this one man called Simon609, and he always gets so hyped every time Dan says on Twitter, I might stream tonight, and for the past 12 times in a row, he has failed him. Absolutely failed him. So Dan is probably one of the worst Twitch streamers of all time because he promises and never delivers, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, it doesn't appear to be any wrapping up questions, but that's cool. Thank you so much, Mitch, for coming on to the first episode, or episode 0 of the
That's okay.
Of the Twitch, or I was about to say the Twitch, but of the Mighty Cunapple Show. And by the way, guys, if you don't know what that meaning means, leave it down in the comments below and try and guess what the meaning means, and I'll try and I'll say a few of them in the next episode. I don't know if next episode's going to be live or not. I don't even know if Mitch is going to be here. It all depends on his schedule. And I'm going to try and get different people on, like I said at the very start. But yeah, this podcast is all going to be life and games, like you seen in this episode, and it's going to be much more fun. It's going to be much more interesting as it goes on, I think. But yeah, thank you all for coming along, and I shall see you all later. Mitch, say bye-bye.
Oh, bye.
Bye.